Hello again, third grade. It was so nice seeing you on Tuesday. I hope you didn't have any difficulty with your homework Tuesday or Wednesday. If you did, we'll go over it when we're live together. We're also going to do some multiplication practice when we're together. All right, well, today's lesson is a little bit different because it is a problem-solving skill. You know, we've talked about that before inside of school, that it's very, very important to memorize facts and to know information. But if we don't have problem-solving skills, we're not going to be able to put all of the things that we've learned into practice. So today's problem-solving skill is numerical expressions. A numerical expression is at least two numbers and one operation sign. What are the operation signs? There's 4 of them. That's right. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay? It can have more numbers than just 2, and it can have more than one operation sign, but it has to have at least 2 numbers and 1 operation sign in order to be considered a numerical expression. Okay, you might have seen that I wrote down PEMDAS. Do we remember what PEMDAS stands for? Sometimes you have a numerical expression that you have to use PEMDAS for. Okay, if you don't remember, let's go over it. If you do remember, say it with me. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, addition, subtraction. So when you're trying to figure out a long numerical expression that has parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, or subtraction, you have to do it in this order in order for it to come out right. Do you remember that? I know it hasn't been that long. All right, so today's problem-solving skill is about numerical expressions. Now, it's all about listening to some key words. Now, we're not going to be able to talk about every single word that you could use for each of the operations, but there's some that come up a lot more often than others. Okay, so I wrote down a few of these. Let's see if you can hear what operation you think you should use. Okay, I wrote down the word fewer. Fewer. When you say the word fewer in a word problem, do you think that that's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? If you said subtraction, you were right. Okay, broken into groups. Do you think that would be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Broken into groups. If you said division, you would be right. Taking a large amount and breaking it down into groups would be division. All together. All together. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Addition, you are correct if you said that. All right, and times as many. This one has a little clue in there. Times. Multiplication. If you saw times as many, you would know that you need to multiply. Okay? So it's not always going to tell you exactly what to do. But if you're listening for key words, you'll be able to know, oh, I need to add that. Oh, I need to subtract that. Oh, that's a division problem. That must be a multiplication problem. Sometimes you're going to have to do more than one thing, so you have to listen for key words. All right, so I'm going to give you a second. You can either pause this, or if you already have your book right in front of you, I'm going to give you a second to turn to page 404 in your book. You there? All right. On the top of page 404, it says translating words into expressions. Translating words into expressions or to expressions. Okay, well, we know that translating means taking one language and turning it into another language, okay, so that it makes it easier to understand. If you speak Portuguese and someone needs to translate something into English, if they don't speak Portuguese, you're turning something that someone has a harder time understanding into something that's easier to understand. Okay, so when you translate words into expressions, you're listening to what you're going to do and turn it into an operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Okay, so let's look at learn. It says, how can you translate words to numerical expressions? Okay, we already talked about what a numerical expression is, but let's look at it right here. Remember, a numerical expression contains numbers and at least one operation. Some examples are 34 plus 52, 8 divided by 2, 12 divided by 4 plus 3. What would you do first? Yes, you would do 12 divided by 4 first, because parentheses is the first thing in the order of operations, PEMDAS. Okay, 165 minus 14, and 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, those are numerical expressions. All right, take a hike. How many of you have been taking hikes? I know I've been taking lots of hikes. We have 30 acres at our house, which we have been very, very, very thankful for during this quarantine, that we have so much property that we can explore. So we've been taking a lot of hikes. Our goats like to follow us on these hikes too. All right, Kara and her father went on a 21-day hiking trip. Write a numerical expression that shows the number of weeks that they hiked. Okay, so if you have 21 days, and it's asking for the number of weeks. So how many days are in a week? There are 7 days, there are 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, there are 7 days. So if you're breaking up the days into groups, what operation are you going to use? Breaking it up into groups. That's right, division. So you're going to take 21 and 7. And divide. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. So your answer would be 3 weeks. All right. So if you look at that, under read and understand, it says identify key facts and details, which is exactly what we did. We identified that there were 21 days and that you want to find out how many weeks they were going. So we had to divide and turn it into 3 weeks. So they hiked for 21 days. Each week is 7 days. So you think to yourself, 21 days separated into groups of 7 days. 21 divided by 7 equals 3. Okay? The book or your teacher or at the grocery store is not always going to tell you exactly what you need to do. You need to figure it out by listening for certain keywords. All right, So let's look under other examples. I want you to take your hand before you even look at it, and I want you to cover up the green side. Did you peek? I hope not. Okay. The word phrase is 23 boys, 9 fewer girls than boys. Okay? 9 fewer girls than boys. So you know you have 23 boys, 9 fewer. What are you going to do? That's right. 23 minus 9, because you heard fewer. Twice of 8. Twice 8. Yes, multiplication. So it would be multiply times 2. 2 times 8. All right. The total, the next one says the total of 10, 18, and 31. What would the total be? Total of all of them added together. That's right. So 10 plus 18 plus 31. All right, half of 8. Half of 8. Okay, if you half something, remember when we first started talking about division, we said that there were 3 different ways to write division. One is using the division sign or division sign, or over each other. Okay, what does that look like? It's a fraction. That line right there means divided by. Okay, so half of 8. So that would be 8 divided by 2. All right. So are we starting to hear certain words? Okay, I'm going to say a few more of them, and I want you to try to beat me to the operation. Okay? 42 minus 10 baseballs. Well, you heard the word minus, so I think you know it's subtraction. 4 times as many crayons as 4 colored pencils. 4 times as many crayons. Multiplication, 4 times 4. $9 less than $25. Subtraction, $25 minus $9. 15 toys given out equally to 5 students. 15 divided by 5. 12 times as long as 2 inches. 12 times 2. A lot of times the multiplication problems are going to have the word times as many or times as much. So that makes it a little bit easier. Or it might say the product of 5 and 2. Okay, so remember the product is the answer to a multiplication problem. All right, let's think about this. There are 12 cups in one package. 12 cups in one package. Write a numerical expression for how many there will be when there are 2 fewer cups. 12 minus 2. 8 more cups. 12 plus 2. 6 times as many cups. 12 times 6. And half the number of cups. 12 divided by 2. All right, are you getting it? Are you hearing the words? All right. Carl eats all of his 5 carrots. 5 minus 5. Both cats receive 10 ounces of food. 2 times 10. All right. I think you might get this. All right. So your work for today is practice odd on page 405. Okay, so practice is, it says skills and understanding underneath it. So it says write a numerical expression for each word phrase. Okay, and we're going to do number 6 right here because 6 is not odd. Okay, $18 less than $25. Yes, that would be $25 minus $18. Okay, so since you're doing odd, that means all of the numbers that aren't divisible by 2. So that would be 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, and 21. Okay, if you have a couple minutes to start that now, you may, and I will see you in a few minutes on Zoom. All right, see you soon.